Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche, and we are here with our Secret to the Swamp tribe, which is growing quickly, perhaps a little bit too quickly. Yeah, we're being kind of careful with this, and we're trying to perhaps slow down the breeding just a little because we've got quite a few creatures. We actually have 40, and we're trying to make sure that we're not going to get into any trouble with them. With having too many, that is, because we need to make sure we're going to be able to gather enough food to support the population. So we're going to go ahead and we'll start a new day here, and we'll jump right back in. Actually, just give me one moment. Give me a second here. Alright, there we are. We just had to get our name list up so that if we are going to be using some names, we might be able to pull some of them off of here. I don't have as many swampy names, but we do have some that may work in here, so I'll probably be going through the list of things you submitted for that, in addition to using some of our own. So let's go ahead and we'll start our new day here. And there we go. So we're... Oh, man. Oh, and we did lose someone. Oh, I was hoping we wouldn't. I think that might have been due to age, though, and not just due to the poison from the berries. We definitely need to expand out our gatherer lines, though, because otherwise we're gonna have quite a bit of trouble here. So Wraith can help for sure, though, with gathering some of these berries. And oh right, yeah, that's right, it was Shadow's last turn. Shadow and oh, what was her name again? I think I want to say Mara. No, Mary. I was close. And she gave birth to a little baby girl here, Kois, who actually has really good genetics for the most part. She does have that deformed paw, but honestly, her genes aren't that bad. So H and C, H and B. I wanted to look at which of these guys might have. Which of them might have the ability to start a defender line, although I suppose we don't necessarily need to specifically have them breed with someone who does have the paw. Let's see, which lines do we have? We'd established something here. So I think we established that Shade and Haunt are going to take this nest next. And we also had little Lacola here, who is just, she's like a little black cat, basically, and she actually would fit in really well with our healer line and maybe bring some new genes to them. F and B. No, they actually have those already, so we don't really need to worry about that. But oh my goodness, I feel like we've got to give her a special name of some sort. I'll have to be thinking about that, because she has a... She honestly does. She looks just like a little black cat there. What would be a good name for her? Maybe, you know what we'll do is we'll call her Bombay, because there's a type of cat called the Bombay cat that I'm pretty sure is one of the ones that tends to be a black cat, or very dark brown at the least. Now, with that said, Haunt is going to take his place here as kind of master of the nest area, I guess you would say. We'll go ahead and have Night on her last turn destroy that nest. She can stay here and kind of watch over some of the babies, and we'll make sure, I think we'll have Mossy. Mossy is kind of like the former, she's kind of like the matriarch now. We'll have her come and sit up here along with Night, and they can kind of just keep watch. And we'll make sure, I'm going to move Kirta over here. And we'll actually bring Roku back. Roku is going to be the healer of this area, and it's his job to make sure this part of the family is safe. So we'll be moving the others off a little bit. We'll be moving the other healers and kind of dispersing them out. But let's make sure that Kuvan continues to heal up these creatures here so that they're not going to take too much damage. I'm actually going to put Reme here, and we'll let him purr to heal all of these guys up. And then Kolana here can gather, and Reme here can gather as well. And we'll let Kuvan's job, for now at least, be to kind of just protect them. And maybe at some point, though, maybe that'll be Miana's job. So we have Reme here, and Anasana and Kalana here. So let's, she kind of fits in with that naming convention almost. So let's actually move her in there. And I think they're all marked with yellow, but what I'll do is we'll give her yellow and one pink. So we know she's not meant to be an Omega Gatherer, but she'll protect them and make sure that they don't take too much damage from their rather hazardous occupation. So we also wanted to breed Cece and Kuvon. Did we actually do that already? We did. Okay. Oh yeah, that's... No, that was with Izray. So we wanted to breed him with Cece. No, yeah, so we haven't done that yet. And so we'll kind of keep them close. And then do we decide... Because on Izray, we decided we wanted to breed her with Takirku. So we'll leave him there. And then we have Kirduk. Or, you know what, we actually didn't really need to, did we? Do we end up not needing to? I'm trying to remember where we left off now. It's been a little bit. But let's see. And also, do we have a female who would be a suitable mate for Nadukir here? I don't know that we do. We would want one... So E and B, K and C. H and C. So as long as they don't... As long as we can have a baby who doesn't have, that C immunity, I think we'll go ahead and try and breed them because I like to see a warrior line emerge, and it'd be good if we could find a mate for Nadukir while he's still young. Or even for Rara. Rara actually, I think, as long as they, if they didn't have B, then they'd be fine. So there's a good chance we'll find a mate for them here. And then Kois, we'll go ahead and have her be a gatherer. And we will mark her with Omega, but nevertheless, she's going to have a very important job because she has to gather from some of these bushes because we're slowly, not even slowly, rather quickly, losing the creatures who are able to do so. Now, let's make sure that Von Kirvan and Mara kind of continue to explore the swamp here. We want to be able to know what's out there. We want to know what's coming. And so we're going to have them do a lot of exploring here. And then I'm going to wait with these guys, although we do need to make sure we keep purring to heal them up. And let's see if Kirkir can head off this way. Now, let's see. We just want to keep that scorpion tail in the family if possible. But the other thing I want to keep checking is if we have anyone with a stinky tail. We've actually been in probably what seems to be a drought. I mean, we haven't... No, okay, so it's not showing up, so we don't have it. We haven't had rain in a long time, and while that's been a good thing, I'm a little concerned that that's not going to last. Because it normally doesn't. Oh, hello, that's where the bearyena went. Let's not get too close to you. Let's kind of head across to this way, maybe. And maybe Takukir will have to go and fight that bearyena as part of his last days here, but not just yet, I think. Well, it's good to know where it is, at least, though. But when the rain comes, we're going to have a lot of trouble, especially with so many creatures, with the mosquitoes, and so I like to try and get everybody with a stinky tail. A lot of you guys were saying we should give the scorpion tail to our healers, which I don't think it's a bad idea, but I think if we can give them the stinky tail, that would be better, and so I'd rather kind of wait on that and see if we can get that in there. So let's see. I think that's why we opted not to breed these guys, because E and G... We have E. I think we have... Do we have G? I don't know how many creatures have G. We might want to keep that in the family. So, Takukir does. Alright, so we wouldn't need... You wouldn't need to breed K and B. We have K, we have B. I think we're just going to opt to not breed these guys, after all. Because even though they do have the scorpion tail... I just don't think that's going to be worth it for them. So I think we'll have them go on to be gatherers. And to kind of try and gather some of that. So let's have Miana purr so that Rovan doesn't lose too much life to that. Because I think that's what's going to be more important in the end, is getting that stinky tail. Our healers are not meant to be large in numbers. They're just meant to be able to spread out and kind of keep the tribe healthy. So, let's see if Race here... I think Race is someone we kind of took in from the Oh no, Race is, excuse me, Race is Orkirnu's sister, but she's rogue-born. That's why she has the derp snout there. So we're gonna let her continue to explore. She does have those antlers, but I think we're starting to breed those in with this group here. So I don't want to worry too much about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and we'll start. Well, these guys, do they need to keep breeding? Let's look at, so we have, nope, they have the same immunity genes, so we would need to make sure we can breed again. Unless we happen to, so F and B, E and C, actually Bombay and Kukir could breed. So let's maybe breed them together and have them be part of our next healer line, and then we'll see if we can maintain possibly 2 healer lines. Just to kind of have some security, and then we won't have to breed them as often, because if we keep the immunity genes distinct enough, we can just swap the lines each time. And that should be good. So, oh, you need to make sure you're not too far away. We don't want anything happening to you, Kirduke. Let's go ahead and we'll start a new day. Alright. Oh my goodness, it's always so startling when there's so many of them all at once. Oh, hello! Okay, just out of sight is the bearyena. So let's bring Takukir over here. It did follow them. Okay, it's gonna take both of you to take this guy down. So Rasisi, with Takukir's instruction, I feel like he kind of just shouted a warning to her. She was able to swipe at the bearyena and actually do a fair bit of damage on her very last day, and then she can rest easy knowing that she helped defeat that bearyena. Oh my goodness, it very much just crept up on us, though. That was almost a disaster. Oh, and another thing you guys have said that I really think would be cool is to see if we can have a winged line. And I think that would be really, really good, because then we can actually get the snails out of the trees. Oh! And we actually have an albino baby here. So B and C, E and C. I'm gonna keep breeding these guys. I don't want to do it too much, but we want to have 2 lines if possible. But oh my goodness, he almost looks like a little Persian cat. A lot of the time they have that really fluffy white fur. Wow. Let's also see if Rara perhaps can help take down... Oh, I left her under the coconut tree though. Hopefully that won't be an issue. I was gonna say, let's have her help take down that crabbit if possible. And let's bring Wraith over here to make sure we can continue to help with that. But let's see. So we have little Sela, B and C, H and C. Unfortunately, that's just the genes we didn't need. So let's go ahead and we'll breed them again. Oh, and that immunity, or the fertility, is going to be a bit of a problem. Do we... Oh, we didn't set our mutation menu. We should do that. So we can't put in the higher fertility yet. She already has that really dark fur. I actually really like that. I'm gonna just leave hers. I don't think there's too much we need to put in there, actually. And do we already set haunts? We did set haunts. So I don't think we're in too bad of shape here. Let's move Bombay this way, though, and we'll mark her with pink to show she's gonna join our healer line. And then these guys can kind of just keep watch over the nest. We have Kyrta, who's going to end up being a little digger. He's going to run around and see if he can find any roots to dig up. In fact, I think Kirkir has found one as well. Maybe they can set off into the swampland this way together and look for some roots. So, we have so many creatures. Oh my goodness. I'm not used to having this many creatures. It's a little bit overwhelming, honestly. So, let's make sure you gather from up there since you're the only one who can reach. You can gather from there since it's actually safe for you to do that. You can gather down here. And let's have Rovan step up here and gather. So we're still doing pretty well on food. Kuvan, why are you... Who is Kuvan supposed to breed with? Do we have him marked to breed with someone K and B? B and G? No, it wasn't you. I don't know. I think he was kind of just meant to be a protector. Oh, he was from this group, wasn't he? It's always hard when I have to step away for a few days in between recording these to kind of come back to where we're at. So you guys should be about healed. I'm gonna let them have another day there. Oh, we had already purred for today, hadn't we? Oh, who's got a leech? Oh, probably. Okay, yeah, so then it won't matter because it's her last day anyway. There's not really anything we can do about it in the first place, but nevertheless, it's her last day, so... Oh, and Corey, it's her last day too. Oh, I think it was she had some damage from getting sick, I believe. But we definitely are moving away from the shores. These are actually the last of our platypus beak line, and once that line is done, then we're probably not going to bring it back, even though it was helpful. Oh, and then of course there's Lies Ray too. Even though it has been a very helpful line, I just don't think it's worth it to bring it back, because we want to be surviving in the swamps and not in the sea. We already have a tribe of the sea. Alright. Oh, and... Okay, I'm not sure what that noise was, but, it almost sounded like someone else got a leech, but I don't think so. So let's move over here. There's actually snails in that tree, it looks like, I think. And let's have these guys continue to kind of explore. They'll probably end up spending probably the rest of their lives doing this. Let's see if Race can also continue to explore. In fact, she is getting pretty close to Lies Ray here. Maybe we can have them reunite so that Lies Ray can spend her last day with some company here and not be completely alone. Oh, that was the crabbit that I heard that just keeled over after Rara whacked it. So that works out. Alright, let's see here. Let's make sure that you purr to help heal Roro. In fact, now we can probably have Wraith basically take over, although I'm not sure... I guess it depends on how fast these bushes will grow back. So let's see who's here. So we have Anna, who has E and C, again the one gene that we don't want. So at least, though, the good thing about these guys is they can be gatherers. And so we'll leave them on beta. Let's bring you back over here. We'll keep breeding. Our food supply is dropping, so that is a concern. Bombay is going to come up this way, because we are going to have her be part of this healer line. She's actually going to breed with Kukir, and in fact, we should probably distinguish their line. So I'll give them pink and blue, and we'll keep them together here. And so we'll give them pink and blue, and then our other line, so B and F, E and C. Okay, that should be good. We don't have to breed these guys anymore, and then we'll have Tavon, who will kind of be just a lone healer, I guess. I'm going to put all of our healers on Alpha, just because they are a very important part of this tribe. But these guys will be pink and probably pink and orange, I think. Or maybe we'll keep them as pink and green, actually. We don't normally utilize the green gem color. We usually, that's kind of just what the default is. And we use that if we don't have a specific role for someone just yet. So there's actually not a good path through there. They might have to do a little trailblazing. And are you guys healed up yet? Almost. So let's make sure we keep purring. I'm going to have Animace actually destroy that and then come back over here, because we do need to clear some space. And then, of course, these guys need to make sure that they're continuing to gather as much as possible so that we don't run out of food, because we are starting to. Let's see if we can gather there. Remake can come over here. We're actually getting to the point where we're gathering faster than the bushes are growing back, so that's a pretty good thing. We can actually probably find... We can send some of these guys off exploring here, especially the ones who are being healed. And then these guys will take these nests eventually, and so we'll kind of leave them in this area, and then Kirduke can kind of come and help out as well. Let's make sure Miana purrs, too, just to keep the healing restored for pretty much everyone. In fact, let's bring Rovon close enough to be affected by it and do it again. Unfortunately, I don't think it stacks, though. And, okay, you already have had your turn. I think we'll go ahead and we'll do one more turn here. So I'm actually going to have Duke to set out and start exploring, I think. He'll kind of wander off this way. You can make sure you're continuing to gather there and there. And then Kois will stay over here just to protect little Tavon, who will probably end up being a wandering healer of sorts. And we'll go ahead and we'll start one last day before we end off the episode. So a lot of our creatures are getting older. It does look like the counter of creatures is going down a little bit, which is a good thing, because for as much as I like having all of these creatures, and for as much as each of them are unique and all have their own stories, it's also really hard to feed them all. It's kind of, it's a trade-off. There's sometimes it's hard to take care of so many creatures, and so you just can't always do it, unfortunately. Let's move Kalana up here. I'm actually going to bring Cece over here. Remake can kind of start exploring a little bit too. There's a normal berry bush over here. Oh, and you can see we are in fact in a drought, so that's why it hasn't been raining. Okay, that's what I thought, but we didn't have any way of telling for sure. So let's see if Wraith can gather up some of these. Unfortunately, we're still going to need Roro to help, but she can do some of it at least. And there was another Crabbit around here. Oh, it came over here. Okay, let's bring you down here, and you can help Kokome with this, with the Crabbit. We'll leave her there for the day so that it doesn't end up, so that we don't have any issues with that, or so that it doesn't try to move around. So we now cleared a path through here with Kirkir. Oh goodness, so many similar sounds, and so now we can actually navigate a little bit better. We do have to have some creatures sacrifice a little of their lifespan sometimes to be able to clear a path. And then we have another very dark creature here who has E and C. Okay. Or, well, not with Kois, but where is... She's down here. Okay, H and B, E and C. Okay, so we have another breeding pair here. So these guys will be orange, and we'll give them orange and blue. They'll be our warrior line. And we'll put Tavon on alpha and Rara on alpha. So I'm going to change their names, and I think I'm going to name Tavon Midnight, which is a name that you guys have suggested. And Rara, I think we'll go ahead and we'll call her Sunset, because she has that really red fur that kind of does look like a sunset. So let's make sure too that Kois is going to be a gatherer too, because we do need her to we need her skills to help us gather. And then Anna will also be a gatherer. And I'm going to stop breeding these guys just for a little bit. Nadukir will be he'll be blue, orange, blue, because he'll be our first full defender, and it'll be up to him to make sure this tribe stays safe. So I'm going to bring Shade down here, but we're going to stop breeding them for a little bit because I don't want to get too many creatures here. And then let's see, so this may well become a healer's nest at some point. We'll probably keep our healers fairly centralized and then try to have several breeding. So like we'll have a breeding colony over here, a breeding colony over here, maybe one over here, and one over here for our gatherers, so that we can have them more easily reach different parts of the island. But then for the healers, which are going to have fewer breeding creatures and breed less frequently, we'll have them in a more centralized location. So we have Ressi and Duke are our first pair, and so we'll keep them close to this nest, I think. And then Tavon has the albinism, which is pretty unique actually, and I think, no, oh yeah, she has it secondary, so we could see it show up amongst some of their children, not amongst Bombay and Kukirs, but depending on if any of their children end up getting Kukir's albinism gene. So we'll make sure that Tavon kind of keeps an eye out here so that Duke won't be in any trouble, and then Ressi can kind of sit here in the nest. This will be one of the healer's nests, and this will be the other. Now, as for these guys, we wanted to breed them to try and see if we could have some babies with the antlers, and I think C and A. That A immunity gene is not common, is it? We know, so he's actually the only one who has that. So if we can have some babies who have this poison fang and the antlers, that'd be a very good thing. So let's make sure we start breeding them. Oh, no, I want her to stay in the nest. And let's see. So Von Kirvan, you can make your way down here. And it's actually Mara's last turn, and so I think we'll have her destroy some of these, and because it is her last day anyway, she can spend it she can spend it to make sure that she can help clear out some of these nasty thorny bushes here that are going to be a problem. Let's make sure Raisi can purr as well. Maybe she'll kind of teach Bombay and Kukir here how to do their job as a healer, because she also is a healer. I also like how these guys have actually gotten the ram horns, because I feel like that'll be a nice distinction between our healer line and our gatherer line. Our healers tend to have the ram horns, like Roku here, even though he's not a full healer, but these guys have the chance of having these guys were hoping to get the antlers in, because we have some of our creatures here like Kirku and Nizre who have them, and we're going to try to breed those in. So I like how these lines are developing kind of distinct characteristics. I think that's pretty cool. But it is about time to wrap up the episode. We've actually gone a little bit over time. So we're going to go ahead and end this off here for today, I think. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.